Hold on, y'all. This screen will be black because I'm about to share this out real quick. Okay, so what's going on, Groovy? Uh, how's everybody doing, man? It's your boy JL Gaming TTV. Come to y'all live on YouTube and StreamYard. Um, Make sure y'all share it out, tweet out, like it up. Happy Saturday to you all. Just waking up not too long ago. Had to wash up, brush my teeth, that kind of type of stuff. Shower, do all of that. Um, I'm gonna probably go for a walk too, like after I do this podcast. So just waiting for I guess Swaglifetv to come through. Um yeah, man. So me and a couple of my home, we all been going through it. You know, shout out to the three coming through. I don't know if anybody else is in the chat or not, but let's get let's get straight to it. Um, this past Sunday night's football game. Okay, there you go. There goes the link right there, Swag Light TV. the show on the road. What's going on, Guns? How you doing, man? Make sure y'all smash that like button, share it out, tweet it out. What's up, Walt? How you doing, man? Good to see everybody watching. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you all so much for always tuning into my streams and always watching my videos. Show me love, support. There we go. What's going on?
I can't call it, fam. What's good?
Can you hear me? I don't think I can. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit.
All right, hold on. All right, what about now?
Still a little bit.
Hold on, let me see if I can adjust the volume. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, what about now?
Let me see. What? Maybe it might be me. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, bro. Can you hear me?
Okay. Cause this happened to my the last podcast of mine. I had to cause I could barely hear the dude. But as long as you can, what's going on? As long as you can hear me, we can hear each other. All that matters. So this past Sunday night football game, Bucks versus the Patriots. What's going on, Mr. P? How you doing?
What's good, Mr. P? How you doing?
Good. This was a very emotional game. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. Of course, the Bucks got the W, 19-17. Tom Brady was 22 of 43, 269 yards. You had Fournette, 20 carries, 91 yards. Mike Evans, 7 receptions, 75 yards. And then on the Patriots side, you had Matt Jones, 31 of 40, 275 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. Jacoby Myers, 8 receptions, 70 yards. Hunter Henry, 4 receptions, 32 yards, and a touchdown. So, I thought that it was going to be a high-scoring game. I thought Tom Brady was going to blow out his former team because normally people show out against their former teams. But this was a pretty low-scoring game. What's your take on this game right here, Swaglifetv?
To be honest, man, I thought the same thing. I thought Tom Brady was gonna come in and just light the scoreboard up. But right. I mean, defensively, the Buccaneers, I feel as though that the Buccaneers defensively kept the Buccaneers in the game. Same thing with the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when the news came out that they released Stephon Gilmore, I was bugging. I was like, why would you virtually release?
And now he's back. He pretty much back home. He pretty much back to the team he originally played with. He's back to the Carolina Panthers. He got traded. They traded him to the Carolina Panthers for a 2023 pick. That's crazy. But I understand they had to make some cap space. So, but you don't just release no top 5, top 10 cornerback like Stephon Gilmore.
You don't, because I mean, I feel as though that the Patriots are really gonna struggle now defensively, not having a shutdown corner on either side of the ball or either side covering the other team's top receiver.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
Patriots.
yeah,
Right,
that's crazy,
right,
bro.
right. So we're gonna go on. We're gonna talk about the Raiders versus the Chargers. Chargers won 28-14. You had Derek Carr. He was 21 of 34, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns. What's going on point? Swag, like, yeah, yeah, we here, we here. Two
We
TDs,
good.
one interception. You had Josh Jacobs. He was 13 carries for 40 yards. Darren Waller, 4 receptions, 50 yards, 1 touchdown. Um, you had Henry Ruggs the third, 3 receptions, 60 yards. Let's see. That's pretty much how they didn't write the Chargers stat line on this game. But anyway, what's your take of this game right here? Because I feel like both of these teams have improved, and we got to remind you, Justin Herbert was the rookie of the year, well, offensive rookie of the year. I think both teams have improved, but in this particular game, the Chargers had the upper hand.
Yeah.
So,
Um, like you said, bro, the Chargers have improved tremendously. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah,
I feel as
definitely,
though I
definitely.
feel as though that even with last season being the way that it was and them not having a full training camp and OTAs and everything like that, but Justin Herbert, I mean, he was a student of the game at Oregon. So, I mean, I didn't expect his leap from his first year to his second year to be what it was. Justin Herbert is playing lights out right now. And I feel as though that they gonna make a very strong run in the playoffs and possibly even the Super Bowl. So we never know. We might be seeing the LA Chargers and
Yeah,
somebody, you know what I'm saying?
right. That
I
that
don't
is
want
true.
I don't want to count my guys out, but I feel as though that this year's Super Bowl is gonna be the LA Chargers and the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, that's just me. That's just me. You know what I mean? Because Dallas playing lights out right now.
Right,
Dak is on fire. And if anybody know me, they know I'm a Giants fan through and through. But the Cowboys is just looking good right now, bro. So I mean, I know it's a little bit premature, but I feel as though that it's gonna be the Chargers and the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. I mean, I could be wrong.
right, right. And we're gonna talk about that Giants and Saints game. I have the notes for that game too. But as much as I can't stand the Cowboys, I had to I had to admit they are the best team in the division. They playing lights
Yeah,
out. Even though I don't understand why they released Jalen Smith, which he eventually signed to Green Bay. But yeah, like, but see, if you look at their schedule, it's like the Eagles, Washington, Giants. We all have tough schedules. For some reason,
yeah,
with the Cowboys, it's like they don't have a real tough schedule like the other teams in the division do. You
yeah,
know, I mean, I'm not knocking them winning. I'm just saying, like, they really haven't been. They really been facing getting wins off of teams that's depleted, dealing with injuries, not fully healthy. You know, so I'm
right.
just putting that out there. But and then Washington, my Washington football team, we came back and got the W over the Falcons. Taylor Heineke, he was 23 of 33, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns. We got Gibson, 14 carries, 63 yards, and 1 touchdown. We had Terry McLaurin, 6 receptions, 123 yards, 2 TDs. And Curtis Samuel had some play time. He had 4 receptions, 19 yards. Um, and then we switch on over to the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan had 25 for 42. He had 283 yards and 4 touchdowns. Then you had Cordell Patterson, 6 carries, 35 yards. And also, 5 receptions, 82 yards, and 3 touchdowns, 3 receiving touchdowns. Um, and Calvin Ridley had 7 receptions and 80 yards. Um, we were down most of the game, and then fourth quarter, we came back and basically tell her how to get through that last minute, that last like it was 33 second left in fourth quarter, and he threw to J.D. McKissick, and that was a game-winning touchdown. So, what is your take about the Washington and Falcons game?
Uh, First off, with Washington, I feel as though that they're a young team on
Yeah,
both
they
sides of the
definitely
ball.
a young team, right?
You know what I'm saying? They may have some veterans, but you know what I'm saying? They young veterans. So
Mm-hmm.
if going forward, if Taylor Heineke is going to be the starting quarterback for the Washington football team, um, right now I feel as though that the way that he's playing for this to only be like his 6th or 7th start career wise, that he playing some good ball. You know what I'm saying? It's just he needs to adapt to the pace of the game. I mean, which I feel as though he's done a good job in doing that. But if moving forward, like I said, if Washington makes the decision to have him as their starting quarterback
Mm-hmm.
until Ryan Fitzpatrick comes back, if he decides to come back, if he's able to come back, that Washington gonna be all right. Because like I said, for him to have performed the way that he did against the Giants, I was outdone, and that was only like his 2nd start. So,
Right.
who's to say, man, that yo, like I said, with them being a young team, they're gonna be good though. You know what I'm saying? They got youth on their side. They got a lot of room to grow, both
Right.
offensively and defensively.
Right.
But
And
we'll see.
Taylor Heineke, he we knew that he was going to be a good quarterback when we nearly could have beaten the Bucks in the playoffs last postseason. Um,
Yeah,
he played tremendous because the Bucks were prepared. They had their game plan was for Alex Smith. They didn't have no game plan for Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke
right.
went crazy. Um, he went battle to battle with Tom Brady, and we could have upset the Bucks, which we do face them again this season. Same scenario, same thing. At home, that would be our revenge game on them. We gotta get a W against the Bucks. But the Packers defeated the Steelers 27-17. Um, Ben Roethlisberger, he was 26 of 40, 232 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Nigel Harris, they need to feed him the ball some more. 13 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 2 receptions, 11 yards. And we go on the Packers side. Aaron Rodgers, 20 of 36, 248 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, Aaron Jones with 15 carries, 48 yards. Um, Randall Cobb, welcome back to the Green Bay Packers, 5 receptions, 69 yards, and 2 touchdowns. My take of this game is that, you know, Aaron Rodgers, he's a bad man. And he continues to show us year in and year out that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. As far as Big Ben, it's the complete opposite. He has declined these past 3, 4 seasons. He has slowly been declining. Hold for a minute. He has slowly been declining. His stats been going downward, but I just feel like at this point, I just feel like and probably a lot of people was feeling this way. I feel like, but then again, you can't retire Big Ben because you're not even confident about a successor. You're not. They don't have a
Exactly.
successor for Big Ben.
Exactly.
They got Mason Rudolph and they got um, Dwayne Haskins, which is which Dwayne Haskins was with Washington, but he got released because he violated COVID protocols. He did some other stuff. So you know, but Mike Tomlin been having a winning season ever since he been the Steelers head coach. But
Yeah,
this could be his first losing season in his
yeah,
career.
I agree. I agree because my opinion on the situation is with the Steelers, seeing that Ben is coming off elbow surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Last season, yeah, I know each season is different from season to season, but what's the point in drafting a workhorse type running back like Najee Harris if you're not going to utilize? Because like
Right.
we all know, you use the run line to set up the pass. Especially seeing that Ben is not a spring chicken anymore, and you got a workhorse type running back in Najee Harris.
Right.
Utilize him more so you can have your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Week 10, week 11, week 12, as the season goes along, especially seeing that you expecting him to come out and at least throw the ball 30 times a game on a surgically repaired elbow.
Right. Right.
You know?
Yeah, they need to. They, they finally have established a running game. Now you need to utilize Nigel Harris. That's the point of you drafting Nigel Harris, so he can be the workhorse. You know, but
Don't they still got Benny Snell too?
you said, no, they still have who?
Benny Snell from Kentucky.
Not quite sure.
Well, if
Um,
they still got Benny Snell, you know what I mean? Y'all they need to incorporate some type of two-headed monster running attack. So, like I said, seeing that you have a veteran quarterback and he's the longest tenured player on your team, if you value the success and the accomplishments that he brought to the organization, you need to protect him in every way possible. You know what I'm saying? Because just like we know, when you got a young quarterback, a good running back is his best friend. When you got a veteran quarterback, a good running back is his best friend. Yeah, they always say that a tight end is a quarterback security blanket and things like that. But if you have a good running back that's going to give you production game in and game out, then you need to utilize them. Because, like I said, if not, it's going to be another season from 2019 when Ben got hurt. Because if I'm not mistaken, in that game against the Packers, he, you know what I'm saying, aggravated that elbow again. And if they want to have any type of chance, seeing that this may be Ben's possible last year with the Steelers or with the NFL, you might want to do everything you can to protect them to at least be able to make a deep playoff run. Even if you don't get to the Super Bowl, protect them so you can get to the playoffs at least.
right.
You know, that's my team.
But I don't even see the Steelers right now the way they've been playing. I just don't see them making it to, and if they do make it to the playoffs, it's a wild card situation.
Yeah,
They got to particularly basically fight for a spot in the playoffs, you know. But this game right here, Chiefs versus Eagles, was a real good game. You had Pat Mahomes. He was 24-30, 278 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. You had Tyreek Hill, 11 receptions, 186 yards, and 3 touchdowns. You had Jalen Hurts, 32-48, 287 yards, 2 TDs, 8 carries, 47 yards. You had Miles Sanders, 7 carries, 13 yards. You had Devontae Smith, 7 receptions, 122 yards. My take of this game is, you know, even though, yes, Pat Mahomes threw more touchdowns than Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts, I feel like he kind of outplayed Pat Mahomes a little bit. he just didn't get the. He just wasn't on the right side of the game. He just wasn't on the winning side of the game. But and then Tyreek Hill, he's just a beast. They call him the cheater because he's just as fast as a cheater.
Yeah,
And the Eagles defense, they got to get together. They are giving up way too many points. They gave up 42 points against the Chiefs. 42. You know, they we all know defense wins championships. You know, um, and they need to just let Miles Sanders go because you're not utilizing him as much as y'all used to. You know, there's no way this Kenneth Gainwell had 3 carries, 31 yards, and then Miles Sanders 7 carries and 13 yards. But Jalen Hurts is the leading rusher with 8 carries and 47 yards. The
yeah.
quarterback is the leading rusher. You know. So, what's your take of this game right here? Because this was a crazy game right here.
Um, my take on this game is, well, let me start with the Chiefs. With the
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs, the combination of Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill is always going to be a tough combination to stop. Whether it's
Right.
Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek Hill, whether it's Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce, those that combination right there of those two receiver tight end with Patrick Mahomes as the quarterback, uh, the Chiefs is going to be a team that's going to be on the cusp of everybody's lips for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I think it's a confident issue because he fumbled the ball a couple of times in that game. You know what I'm saying? And those fumbles, leaving it on the field like that, whether they recovered the ball or not. I mean, I watched the highlights. I didn't really catch the game, but I watched the highlights, and I think it's a confident issue with him. You know what I'm saying? Because they just going. I can't even say that they're going through an identity thing right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we've always known since Patrick Mahomes has been there that we know who the Chiefs are. You know what I'm saying? They're a quick strike team. You got to not only plan for the offensive weapons on the Chiefs, but you got a game plan for Patrick Mahomes as well. Uh,
Right.
like I said, they're going to be okay. They're going to right the ship. But with the Eagles, I don't know what's going on with the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Because you would think that the combination of Jalen Hurts to Devonta Smith, that they would be putting points up on the board. But like I said, everybody got to go through the growing process. You would think that with Jalen coming in and being the starter late in the season last season, that would have got him somewhat acclimated to being the full-time starting quarterback coming into this season. But everybody not built for the NFL. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Regardless of what
Mm-hmm.
school you came from, regardless of your draft position, everybody not built for the NFL. And I feel as though that Jalen Hurts is one of those quarterbacks. He's good enough to be a starting backup, but not the starter.
Right. So we're gonna switch on over to the NBA side. You know, the preseason started the other day. So the Nets and the Lakers, that was the first preseason game. The Nets defeated the Lakers 123-97. You had Paul Millsap. He had 10 boards, 3 assists, 10 points. You had LaMarcus with four boards, 3 assists, 6 points. Cam Thomas, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 21 points. And on the Lakers, AD, 1 board, 1 assist, 6 points. DeAndre Jordan, 4 boards, 1 assist, 7 points. And you have Malik Monk, 2 boards, 1 assist, 15 points. And my take of this preseason game is that these two teams could meet in the NBA final this postseason. Remember, last postseason we wanted these two teams to make it in the finals, but they both ended up getting eliminated. And they ended up being the Bucks and the Suns. But both teams are stacked. But I would have to give the edge to, well, the way the way Kyrie did this situation with Kyrie Irving is getting out of hand. And I want to say give the edge to the Nets, but with Kyrie Irving, and what he's doing in this situation, I'm gonna have to give the edge to the Lakers because even though I think the Nets is much better offensive team, now defensively, the Lakers are the best defensive. So you technically have the best offensive team versus the best defensive team. So this would definitely be a real good preview of the NBA Finals right here.
Yeah.
So what's the take of this preseason game? I don't know if you've been watching any of the preseason games or not.
Like I said, man, with everything that I got going on, I try to keep up with a little bit of everything. I try to keep up with everybody's videos and everything like that. But I watch the highlights, and my thing with that is, first off, let me speak on this. The situation with Kyrie, people got to understand that people are still iffy about the, especially being a professional athlete. People are iffy about whether they want to take that chance on putting the vaccine in their body or whatever.
Right.
But I feel as though that once they get past this Kyrie situation, because we already know Kyrie is going to be the starting point guard for the Brooklyn.
Period. Yeah. Right.
I think the Nets are just really looking to pick up where they left off last season. You know what I mean? They still got that bitter taste in their mouth from the defeat against Milwaukee in the semifinals.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, they gonna be good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, being from Brooklyn, not wanting to be too biased, but being from Brooklyn, being from New York, I know the energy in the building is gonna be crazy. Like I said, bro, we gonna be good. Now with the Lakers, same thing. LeBron, he getting up there in age. You know what I mean? He wanna try to win a couple more championships before he finally do retire. But same thing with the Lakers, bro. They still got that taste in their mouth from losing last season. So they gonna try everything they can to get back to the finals. And we may very well possibly see Brooklyn and LA in the final. And that's gonna be a hell of a final.
Yeah, it's gonna be something special, but are we gonna actually see these two heavyweights make it all the way to the dance, to the final dance, or are they gonna get eliminated early on? Because just like the WNBA, they're having their playoffs right now, and the top two teams, both of them got eliminated. Chicago Sky eliminated, Connecticut Sun, Phoenix Mercury eliminated, Las Vegas Aces. So never underestimate the underdog. Never underestimate the underdog. Like I love, nothing wrong with betting on the underdog, because I feel like people they overhype this because this team's the top seed that they just gonna win it all. It's gonna just be a cakewalk for them now. So, seems to me that's gonna be Chicago Sky versus the Phoenix Mercury in the WNBA Finals. Brittany Griner with that clutch block on Audrey Wilson. Games.
I mean, I can't really speak too much on the WNBA. I mean, I've caught maybe like 5 quarters over the last 10 years. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I mean, not saying that I'm not a fan of women's basketball, but I mean, I've just never been able to get down with the WNBA. I mean, like I said, the games that I have caught, they're exciting. But see, I'm the type of person to where, like, all of like, you ever seen one of them commercials where it may be like the Major League Baseball playoffs getting ready to come up, and they show you a combination of highlights from the entire season, and those highlights just look like fire. And
Right.
that's what I'd be expecting. I'd be expecting to see them type of highlights throughout the whole game. But I know it's not going to be like that. Yeah, man. I mean, shout out to the WNBA for
Yeah,
being
definitely
able to
shout
do
out
what
to
they do.
WNBA.
And you know what I mean?
Right. But you're talking about the Sixers and the Raptors. The Raptors defeated the Sixers 123 to 107. You know, Andre Drummond, 19 boards, 3 assists, 19 points. Tyrese Maxey, 1 board, 3 assists, 10 points. Steph Curry, 1 board, 2 assists, 14 points. And then on the Raptors side, OG with 3 boards, 1 assist, 21 points. Scotty Barnes, 9 boards, 6 assists, 13 points. My take of this game is that I like the Embiid Drummond big man package.
Yeah.
I think that's going to work. I think Andre Drummond is going to definitely have a better season with the Sixers than he did with the Los Angeles Lakers. Because that's a good backup big in case Joel B gets injured, because we know he's gonna get injured. So Andre Drummond is definitely gonna get playing time. But I still think the Sixers is going to be a top one of the top contenders in the Eastern Conference. They just have to figure out the Ben Simmons situation and what they're going to do about that.
Yeah.
So, what
Yeah.
is your take of this game, or what is your take about these two teams? How you feel these two teams are going to be this season?
Well, my take on the two teams is, let me start with the Raptors. Um, Honestly, on the real, the Raptors hadn't been a good team since Kawhi. That's just my honest opinion. You know what I'm saying? When they made it to the NBA
That's true, and
Finals,
we all right.
you know what I'm saying? They really haven't been a good team since he left. Now with the Sixers, they might want to look into what Joel Embiid is doing in the offseason as far as his conditioning and things like that. Because as you get older, or if you're an athlete and you have injuries early on in your career, it's not really too much anything to worry about because you have youth on your side. You know what I'm saying? As far as the seriousness of the injury, as long as it's not career ending, you got youth on your side to be able to bounce back and still somewhat become the player that you were. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe Joel Embiid is, if he's not in his 30s, he's close to it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, he definitely
like I
on his
said, they
way.
might just want to look into what he is doing in the off season as far as conditioning, keeping his body right in the off season and things like that. With Ben Simmons, I don't know, man. I think Ben just fed up. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I feel as though that he's tired of, regardless of having a winning record, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a winning season. You know, and he didn't been with the Sixers long enough to where, and they done had some players come through the building to where they should have been, you know what I'm saying, at least one championship by now. And like I
Right.
said, I feel as though that he just fed up, you know what I'm saying, being on a team where, you know, he's not touching the ball a lot if he's not touching the ball a lot. And you know, I mean, you gotta understand you don't have, these players aren't loyal today like they were back in the day. You know what I'm saying? How Jordan spent so many years with the Bulls. How Dennis Rodman spent so many years with the Pistons. Of how all of the old school players, they were with one team or two teams till they retired. You know what I'm saying? Now players come out college, feel like they deserve that $148 million contract, and you ain't bounced the ball on the NBA court yet. So,
Right.
like I said, man, he might just be fed up. We really don't know what's going on with Ben.
I mean, we
But
don't know but what we do know is that they didn't pay him that 8.2 million like they say they was. Sixers, I believe the Sixers and Ben Simmons, I believe that both parties are like fed up with each other. I feel like they need to figure out something for Ben Simmons but as far as Ben Simmons go, the more games he missed the more money because what they did is they put the 8.2 million in a special account. So all these games that so every game he missed, they deducting $360,000 out of that 8.2 million. So but we're gonna go over the Hawks versus there he is, he's back.
yeah, my bad, bro. I fucked around and pressed the back
Okay.
button by accident. My bad. But yeah, what were you
You
talking about?
good.
Yeah, you were talking about being in that
Uh
8.2.
yeah, like basically the more each game he missed, they're gonna deduct $360,000 out of that 8.2 million. 360,000, that's a lot of money. That's a
Yeah,
lot of
it is.
money.
And see,
And
like
I'm
I
just
said
like,
before, it might be to the point with the organization where uh, saying that he's been injury prone the way that he has the past couple of seasons, which has affected his production and everything like that. It might be production based. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of teams are starting to do now. And, I mean, if you a player and you got that heat behind your name, and you know what I'm saying, you still one of those type of players that teams have to game plan for. You know what I'm saying? But his production has been off, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a
oh
Ben
yeah,
Simmons fan.
definitely.
Like I said, the only team that I'm really a fan of like that is the Brooklyn Nets. But I am a fan of the game, and I watch games and players and things like that. And like I said, it might be a production thing. Well, the Sixers feel as though he's not producing the way that he was when they first drafted him. And now he's gotten to a point in his career to where he can't stay healthy. He's not producing the same way he was. So it might be production based.
Right. Um, we're gonna talk about the Warriors and the Trailblazers. The Warriors won 121 to 107. You got Andrew Wiggins. He had one board and two assists, 13 points, which he's now vaccinated now. Draymond Green, two boards, 7 points. Jordan Poole had a hell of a game. Five boards, five assists, 30 points. Steph Curry, five boards, five assists, 13 points. Norman Powell from the Trailblazers had one board, one assist, 13 points. Yusuf Nurkic, 10 boards, one assist, 15 points. Damian Lillard, four boards, two assists, 19 points. Now, my take of this game and my take of these two teams is for the Golden State Warriors. Um, if if they can get a 80% Klay Thompson like they did the very last time he played the full season, they could possibly make another title run. But they're going to need Klay Thompson in order to do that. We done already seen Steph Curry try to put the team on his back. He needs help, you
Yeah.
know.
I can
And
I,
as far as
I can honestly agree that Steph Curry is one of those players that He can't go out there and do it by himself. He needs a strong supporting cast. And
Right.
if Draymond Green is still there, and like you said, if Klay Thompson is not going to be at least 80%, then you can just hang it up. You know what I mean? Because like you said, Steph is one of those players where he's good, but he can't do it by himself.
Right. And as far as the Trailblazers go, I know that that I respect Damian Lillard. He's one of the few players in the NBA that has stayed loyal to one team, and
Yeah,
I understand his loyalty to the Trailblazers. But eventually, you're gonna have to end this marriage with the Trailblazers because you want to contend to a chip. Either you or McCollum, one of y'all two has to go because it's just not working out. It's just not working out. It's just not working out. And I know they want to contend for a chip, but and shout out to Chauncey Billups for being the new head coach of the Portland Trailblazers. Um, but it's gonna take more than Billups to make this Portland Trailblazers team a back to the playoff contending team. What's your take of the Warriors and the Trailblazers?
let me start with the Trailblazers, and pretty much to pick up where you left off with Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard is one of those players that you have the game plan for. And if he don't have a strong supporting cast, he can't do it by himself. The same thing with Steph. Though Damian Lillard and Steph Curry are the type of players to where they need a strong supporting cast. And when players like KD left the Warriors and Klay Thompson got hurt and Draymond Green and Steph tried to do it by themselves, I mean, if you don't have a strong big man, a shooting guard that could, you know what I'm saying, put it up. Like I said, Steph is one of those flash plays. You know what I mean? He's
Right.
not saying that he's not all substance, but he's still one of those players, like you said, that he needs a supporting cast. And Damian Lillard is the same way. He's a good player, and he's loyal to a fault for even staying with the Trailblazers this long.
Right.
But I, I, I feel as though that however many years you put into your sport that you play, if you haven't won a championship with that one team by year 3, especially having the same players come back year after year, if you haven't won a championship by year 3, you need to move on from that organization. Because the way I feel is, I can't be a professional athlete and dedicate all of my years and time of my life to this sport to walk away at the end and not even having won a championship. You know what I'm saying? A lot of players come into the league and they dedicate all of this time to the game that ultimately doesn't love them back because you never get nominated for Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, top scorer, none of that. But you dedicated all this time, all of these hours of hard work, sweat, blood, and tears, and you walk away never having even won uh, NBA All Team recommendation. You know what I mean? And I just look at that as being mediocre. Not saying that the players themselves are mediocre, but their career was very mediocre. You know what I mean? That's just like T.O. You've been in Super Bowls, but you never won one. The highlight
Right.
of your career is being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but like I say, like you know, both teams need a strong both supporting cast. They can't do it by themselves. But Nuggets and Clippers. Clippers beat the Nuggets 103-102. Michael Porter Jr. 7 boards, 1 assist, 23 points. He had Aaron Gordon, 4 boards, 3 assists, 8 points. Clippers side, Eric Bledsoe, 2 boards, 3 assists, 4 points. Reggie Jackson, 1 assist, 9 points. Terrence Mann, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 14 points. Luke Kennard, 4 boards, 3 assists, 9 points. I believe my take on these two teams is that I believe both of these teams is going to make it to the playoffs. As far as the Nuggets go, if they don't have Jamal Murray for another full season, and they might. What's going on, living with you living your best life? How you doing? Shout out to everybody
How you
watching,
doing, living
everybody
your best
tuning
life?
in, everybody in the chat. But I just think that, and I was impressed with how the Nuggets made it as far as they made it in the playoffs without Jamal Murray. But he's a crucial piece.
Yeah, yeah,
He's a crucial piece, and
yeah.
Jamal Murray makes the Denver Nuggets a much better team. No disrespect to the Jokic. I know he was the MVP last year. Clippers, um, they most likely not going to have Kawhi Leonard this season, or at least most of the season. But I still believe that they can make it to the playoffs. I mean, they made it as far as the Western semifinals without Kawhi. You know, Paul George, he's really gained a level of respect from a lot of people, pushing the team as far as he did without the presence of Kawhi Leonard.
Right.
Um, Still think
But let
they,
me ask
you
you
know,
this
top.
though. Let me ask you this though, JL. Not to interrupt you, but do you feel as though that Paul George is a strong enough player to, if Kawhi is out half the season? You know what I'm saying? Because like we all know, he tore his ACL last year. But
Right.
if they don't get Kawhi Leonard back, you know what I'm saying, until maybe halfway through the season, do you think Paul George is a strong enough player by himself to carry the Clippers? Because I feel as though that, just like we were talking about with those support players,
Mm-hmm.
I feel I feel that that's Paul George's role. You know what I'm saying? Ever since he left Boston, he's become a support player. You know what I'm saying? He's now, and of course, the team is going to be expected to lead off of his command. But we all know that wherever Kawhi Leonard goes, he's going to be the premier player. And with
Yeah.
him being with him recovering from his ACL injury,
Right.
do you think being thrusted into the lead man role that Paul George is a strong enough player to step out of that support role and be looked at as somebody that can keep the Clippers right there in the playoff?
Um, like like you said, like we all know this is Kawhi's team. Everybody knows this is Kawhi's team. You know, but do I believe that Paul George can lead? That can be the leader, can be the temporary leader until Kawhi Leonard returns and lead this team and help this team win games as the leader. Like I'm not like he's not, like the Indiana Pacers, Paul George. You know, we all know
Right,
that in Pacers that was his team,
right.
but when he started having these injuries, it just started mess. It just started like you can start seeing that he's not moving as fast as he was in Indiana. Now, I'm not saying that Paul George is not a good leader. I'm not saying that he can't lead the team, but it's like, he's a role. He's probably like more like a secondary, a backup type of leader, you know. But at this point, he ain't gonna have no choice but to do what he can to help this team, to help lead this team to the postseason again. Because you won't have Kawhi Leonard most of the season, if not majority of the season. Um,
Right.
but we'll see. But I do now. Do I believe that he can lead this team in the postseason? That's a different story. I mean, he clearly showed that last postseason. Now, now we talking about postseason. We talking about postseason. Yes, I do believe that he can lead this team in the postseason. But if you talking about the regular season, it's a lot of games. A lot of games. And we all know Paul George is injury prone too.
Right.
So we gotta understand, like, they don't have Kawhi Leonard out. If Paul George gets injured and he's on IR for the or out of the season, out for the season, who they don't really have another like leader, you know, like them two guys.
Right.
Everybody else is pretty much like role players. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think because you got Kawhi, then Paul George, but who is that third tier leader if them two, if Paul George then gets injured and he's out for the season? We don't know, you know. But I do know what I do know is that if that it does happen and Paul George gets injured and he's out for the season, somebody has to step up. Somebody gonna have
Right.
to step up in that leading role. I know they don't want to do it. I know they wouldn't want to do it, but somebody has to step up. It's the next man up. You know how sports goes. It's the next man up. Somebody gets injured, you
Yeah.
got to step up, and then his we talking about the Giants. Giants and Saints. Get back to the NFL side real quick. Giants won 27-21 in overtime. Daniel Jones was 28 of 40, 402 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Saquon Barkley, 13 carries, 52 yards, 1 touchdown. Also, 5 receptions, 74 receiving yards, and 1 receiving touchdown. Kenny Galladay, 6 receptions, 116 yards. John Ross, 3 receptions, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. On the Saints side, James Winston, 17 of 23, 226 yards, 1 touchdown. Alvin Kamara, only 26 carries and 120 yards. Uh, Deontay Harris, 5 receptions, 52 yards. Now, I said, I predicted, that something told me that the Giants was going to upset the Saints because the Giants, it's like, I know the record don't say this, but y'all have a much better team than the record say. Y'all offense is decent. Y'all defense is decent as well. Um, I just feel like they need to like feed Saquon Barkley more, feed Kenny Galladay more. I mean, you gave him that much money, you gave him a big deal. You gotta, you know, feed these guys. Um, and then Jameis Winston, he had a good game as well, but because the Saints led most of this game, but then when they got to the late fourth quarter, overtime, is the Giants just had the momentum and ended up winning the
Yeah.
game. What is your take on this game? Because this was
Um,
definitely an upset.
um, well, let me start off by saying go New York Giants all day. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
Secondly, let me start with the Saints. Uh, it's good to see Jameis Winston back in the starting role because he hadn't had one since he left Tampa Bay. So that's a good thing. Uh,
right,
I hope the Saints can put up with. I don't know if the growth as a player and as a person will show. Hopefully, it has. But um, in their situation, um, Alvin Kamara is going to be Jameis Winston's best friend. You know what I'm saying? When in doubt, feed the rock the apple. Period. You know what I mean? Because Jameis stepping in with big shoes to fill. You know what I'm saying? They've had Drew Brees, one of the best. You know what I'm saying, for the last X amount of years, and to come in and try to continue those winning ways that the Saints had after being one of those teams that were being looked at as the worst NFL team.
right.
Um, so he got big shoes to fill. Now with the Giants, you have arguably the best running back in the NFL in Saquon Barkley. Okay,
Yep, I
we all
agree.
know that we all know that some players, when they have especially ACL injuries or knee injuries, period, that there's a little bit of a shaky confidence to start. But if you trust your body, if you trust the training regimen, if you trust the recovery program, you should be good. I don't know if you all watch some of Saquon Barkley workout videos, but in the gym, the man is a beast. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as though for us to get back on track, we need to feed the ball to Saquon. You know what I'm saying? Especially seeing that Daniel Jones. I mean, this season, Daniel has done enough to keep us in the game.
Right,
He hasn't done enough. I mean, we've left a lot of points on the field. Uh, One thing I can say that I appreciate is the interceptions have been cut down a lot, but we still in the beginning of the season, so it's hard to tell if that interception bug is still there or not.
right,
Um, I feel as though Jason Garrett needs to be given a little bit more reign with his offensive plays. Because just like you said, we didn't pay Kenny Galladay all of this money to come in and help Daniel Jones be a little bit more of a confident quarterback. We have yet to see that. Um, we have a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball. So, like I said, the season is still young. Uh, so hopefully we able to right the ship and turn it around and become one of those powerhouse teams like we were. Defensively, I don't know what's going on with us defensively because we are playing nowhere near the level that we played last season. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if uh, getting rid of certain players being injured. I know most definitely we are not going to struggle defensively with Blake Martinez being out for the season. Uh, that was a that was a gut punch. Seeing Blake get hurt and go down. It was a gut punch seeing Nick Gates get hurt the way that he got hurt. Uh, So I don't know, man. I mean, we look good, like I said, our record doesn't reflect how good we actually are. But like I said, they need to let Jason Garrett run a little bit more of the offense than he does, because if he's given full creative control offensively, I feel as though that we'll have something special in New York, and we'll establish ourselves as one of the dominant teams, not just in the NFC East, but in the NFL as well. So that's my take on it, bro, for real, for real. But real quick, I appreciate you having me up, bro. We gotta do this again.
Right.
Wifey letting me know that it's time to eat. She been in the kitchen cooking. Shout out to Lady Swag TV Cooking
Yeah,
Plus
shout out to
More.
Lady Swag TV. It definitely was
You know what
good
I mean?
for sure.
She be lacing the plates for the videos and everything like that. I wouldn't be able to do it without her. But like I said again, bro, I appreciate you having me up. You're a real one. You've been rocking strong since we connected, however many months or years ago that was. I don't know exactly, but I
Right.
appreciate you, fam. I appreciate you having me up on your panel on this Saturday morning, and
Thank you.
hopefully we
Thank you.
can do this again.
Yes, sir. We most definitely. Most definitely. Same here,
But
man.
yeah, bro, appreciate it. I'm finna get up out of here and eat what Lady Swag and put down. So y'all
Right.
be easy.
All right. Um. So that will be the end of episode 6 of Welcome to Wheeler Gang Party Podcast. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in, watching. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, everybody in the chat. Shout out to Swaglifetv. Shout out to his white lady Swag TV. Um, I will definitely have Swaglifetv back on again. Um, so make sure y'all share it out. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Leave a joint comment below. Um, yeah, and subscribe if you're new. I'm Joe Game TV. We LITTY, you already know. Peace.